But this is okay. So
and by the way, you are going to be eligible to enter tournaments, and you're going to be traveling. And
Mike, I'm not the one that sold my soul. I'm still.
Sometimes you just got to sacrifice yourself, man, for the greater good, so that we can get these tournaments out there.
Mike Ross, the martyr. Mike, this shit would have happened with or without you. And what would happen? God forbid, Mike Ross, dies in a plane crash. Mike Ross blows his fucking brains out.
That one's more likely to happen than a plane crash.
What would happen?
Well,
Somebody. You guys put out that job opening, right?
I can tell you.
You had like a couple of guys hit you up about that, right?
The minute that happens, then that I get replaced real quick. Then the Excellent Adventures of Gootecks and Tasty Steve take over. It's like nobody will ever notice. So
looks a little different.
Nah, the same guy.
Same guy.
They can't tell. Obviously.
Tasty Steve as Mike Ross.
Yeah, but somebody had to do it.
Well, I'm just saying, if
somebody had to do it.
Something were to happen, like one of us playing in tournaments and doing well, it might cause the other to
we already talked about this. We already talked about this. Gootecks, I told you. You I don't want to say that.
How many would have to win?
I'm about to say.
You already know. Because it would be more than one.
Yeah.
I could win one. Marcus this motherfucker got lucky.
But it's gonna be you gotta have the whole montage in your head where it's I'm sitting in the background, he wins one, I applaud him, right? Good job, Gootecks.
Golf claps.
Second time, Third time, I have to lay out the map. There must be a plan. We will send Daigo to him first round. And then when I hand you the trophy at Capcom Cup, that's when I announce my retirement. Or, my leave of absence. And then I hit my Instagram is me doing deadlifts, getting ready for 2017.
See? Gootecks. Planning ahead. Always a step.
I can't let him win. Stop him by any means.
Fine, I'll stop him myself.
Yeah, exactly. If nobody can do it. That's right. Oh, yeah. Well, I'll save that. I won't talk about that. That's the ultimate plan. Yeah. Basically, what we were talking about 7 years ago is we've basically devised, we've put the entertainment in there.
Exactly.
And then the only man that can stop Gootecks is Mike Ross.
You heard it here. Don't pretend you didn't hear any
pretend
of
you guys didn't hear that.
Cut that out.
That would be so dope.
But, it's just going to come down to who has the balance between being good. Because, look, there's plenty of great players out there. Guys who I would probably lose to. But can those guys go everywhere? Can't
Oh yeah.
For example, I could lose to
you might go to
any number of guys. Yeah. Remember in 2008 when 2009, me and Peter went to Sensation.
Yes.
And I won.
Yeah.
First Street Fighter 4 major.
Yeah.
Was I the best here in LA? No.
Right, but we knew, but all of us knew. Because see, what you didn't know is all of us at Video 94 when that tournament was going on and talking about it, Gootecks and Peter out there, they're going to get first and second. Nobody's going to beat them. It doesn't matter. Obviously you were still top 5. Doesn't matter.
I was okay here, but
it doesn't matter.
Certainly not the best.
It doesn't matter though. Yeah, because so it's going to be
So I think that next year it's going to be who can have number one, obviously the ability to win. Number 2. The resources to travel, because you could be one of these younger guys, and you could be fucking awesome in your home turf. But can you hit 24 Pro Tour events?
Number 3, because we knew you were going to win. Because we felt that SoCal was the strongest
We were the
community
strongest at the time.
At the time. It was for a hot run.
Fuck yeah.
Do you feel, or do you have any predictions as who might have the strongest scene right now. Possibly in the
NorCal,
US.
Easy.
NorCal.
I think NorCal has the strongest scene on the planet. Yeah.
Every continent included.
Dude, okay. First,
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just curious. You know.
Okay, so what makes they are hungrier and smarter than most other. I mean, okay, see, so for those of you guys that have never been in NorCal or don't know enough about the differences between like
NorCal and SoCal should be two separate states, just so you know.
It's because
it's night and day cultures and everything.
You have these two huge ass cities and a completely different mindset. Everybody in NorCal, not everybody, but almost everybody in NorCal is involved in tech or gaming. So these guys are like legitimately smart people. But the thing is, the weather, the beach, whatever, down here in LA makes people lazy. And it makes people, and it just...
And distance.
Yeah.
NorCal's more concentrated.
It's so much easier. But those guys are going so hard right now. And it's great. And it's unfortunate because, you know, when I look at the people here in SoCal, I might just be out of touch. But I just don't see the same type of hunger that those guys have in NorCal. And I really respect that. And it's actually kind of like disconcerting a little bit because I don't see a whole lot of other pockets of guys going super hard right now.
Yeah, well, I think another problem too is we lost like our major meeting grounds in SoCal.
Oh, with Super?
Yeah. And I think that was a huge hit on just our community as a whole. I don't care what anybody says, that was a huge hit. Because that's where everybody was going to meet up, you know, no matter what. And with that gone, it's like, where's the practice? Where are the training sessions happening? The private underground training sessions. Maybe they're happening, and like you said, might be out of touch and don't get the invites.
I've definitely asked like a lot of, you know, local guys. I've had I've had a lot of conversations, and I don't know, they're not going hard like NorCal's going. And so I think NorCal's got, number one, they have a good training format. First to 5 training mode, auto recover off on your life. That could be anywhere between like 5 minutes and 15 minutes, and with 0 break. Like, you know how you take for granted, right? When you see the KO and then it restarts, round 1, round 2.
Yeah.
You take all that shit when you just play in training mode, you take all that for granted because now you're just like, oh shit, I just died. Okay, fuck, I don't even have the time to think. I'm back in it. It's like a.
Do you sit and let your character recover their life, or you just keep going?
No. You turn. Okay.
Oh, that's right.
That's
right.
Street Fighter. You go to gauge settings. Turn every gauge to normal, and then when you die in training mode, you just respawn.
Okay.
But for optimal practice, for training all situations, in my opinion, the next level, and you guys can take this training format and then practice it with your friends, because I find it to be effective. But
you could do it online as well, right? I think online training mode?
Maybe you can do online training mode. But yeah, maybe, hopefully.
Yeah.
But then one person picks, each player picks whether they want to start with full super or full V trigger. So now you start each round with super.
Oh, okay, it's not one or the other. You can both do it.
One or the other.
Yeah,
well, each person picks one.
Yeah.
So you could say, oh, I want to start with V trigger.
And then you have to start with super?
No. Okay. Like, we could both start with V trigger.
Yeah, but you can't have both.
You can't have both. So for example, like you play with full super, I play with full V trigger. And it's not infinite, it's just.
It just starts.
Starts that way. So the format encourages you to use all your resources before you die.
Yeah.
And it also, by using that particular variant of the format, you get experience fighting with super, as opposed to if you don't start with one of those things, then you kind of never really get to super before you die or whatever. So,
I guess kind of other thoughts for 2016. Outside of Gootecks winning the Grand Championships, what do you think, how do you feel Street Fighter V is going to place amongst other esports titles.
Oh my
if
god!
You will,
oh my god!
This year,
distant,
still
fucking dead last. Okay, these are the factors, right?
Okay.
Street Fighter V has more history, more pop culture, more deeply embedded in, modern gaming society or whatever. But the barrier to entry is still really high.
Yeah.
And it's gonna take a lot longer than 2016 to get to where we started. Right?
Absolutely.
A long time.
Absolutely.
So it might not be 2016, it might be 2018, right?
Yeah.
But eventually, on a long enough timeline.
I definitely agree with that.
The tournament scene is always going to be there, and that's great. But are tournaments for Street Fighter really what's going to catapult fighting games to the level of League and Dota? No, obviously not. Why would they? Because if you only have the best players aren't necessarily the ones who are most compelling.
We know that.
Yeah. But this is the thing. You don't have to be the best. It's not about being the best. It's about being the most engaging or the most entertaining or the most compelling or what gets people excited, like, I mean, I don't want to name any names, but there's certainly, you can think of any top player and you can think, okay, is this somebody that I connect with on a personal level? Is this somebody I understand or is this just somebody who's really fucking good at this game? And to me, the biggest potential is not being the absolute best. It's being the absolute best in terms of like where this game takes you. Because like, I mean, who fucking cares? Like, this is the problem. When I look at League and Dota or whatever, you look at all these teams. Like, okay, I'm like whatever. I'm from North America, right? So yeah. I don't connect with these guys that don't speak my language. Like, I don't play the game. So like, who cares? But I'm not an MMA fighter.
Right.
But when fucking Ronda Rousey is fighting, I pay attention.
You tune
Why?
in.
Because Ronda Rousey's my girl, right? But why is that? I don't know. It's not because, I mean, she's a great fighter, but she got her ass beat. Doesn't matter. I don't care. Because the next time that she fights, like, I'm still about it, you know? So, who would you rather be? Would you rather be Holly Holm, who beat Ronda Rousey? Or would you rather be Ronda Rousey, who has this amazing run as a fighter and can do all of these other things? Have these endorsements, do these movie deals, like guest spots in WWE. Like, who would you rather be? I'd rather be, Who would you rather be, Mike?
I mean,
or maybe,
it's
we need to think bigger, Mike.
I was about to say, because to answer that, I'm thinking so different among that already of who, it's not about who I'd rather be out of that, because,
is it possible to be the very best and have all of those things in life? Or are we just thinking too small?
No. I mean, I don't know. It all depends. It just depends on what you want, because it's like this topic is kind of spread. It's like, what do you want? As a person, as a player.
I want a fucking amazing life.
Oh. What does that mean for you? What does that entail?
Fucking travel, not have to worry about the money. I don't know, just being somebody that is like a role, not a role model, but somebody where it's like, oh, that guy is like a fucking model person for what other people in this space should be. Like, for example, you could be like, I don't want, you're likely not going to see me, Mike, at any of these events in some sort of jersey with like a bunch of logos on it. And like, that's cool if that's your thing, but that's not my thing because that's not who I am. So for me, could I be somebody who is good in the game, presents himself well, you know, physically, fucking lifting heavy ass weights, and be somebody who is a good, you know, that people could be like, oh wow, like this guy's a successful human that happens to be good at Street Fighter. You know?
So that's why it's like with that question of like, who would I rather be? I was like, actually, I don't want to be nobody. Like, it's just be myself, that's it. But then I wanted to ask, it was kind of lost my train of thought, but you were talking about like along the lines of being the best and it doesn't matter, and it resorted back to Capcom Cup when I was gonna ask you, who won Capcom Cup?
Kazunoko.
Did he? Or was it the guy who gave away all of his prize winnings?
Dude,
who won Capcom Cup?
Think about that shit for a second.
Who won Capcom Cup, Gootecks? You know, you talking about like who you rather be like, you know, that's like the prime example. It's like you have a guy who won. He got a lot of money. And then you got the guy who got...
The money is irrelevant.
Right?
So irrelevant. If the money is the motivating factor for you in fighting games at this level, even... That's the thing, like even later down the line, 5 years, 10 years from now,
it should never be. It should never be the factor in anything ever.
It can't be because it can only take you so far. And the way that, you know, when you see players that are just strictly motivated by the money, like I don't think those are the ones that are most successful. And yeah, I mean, like
they'll crash fast.
Yeah,
they burn out real early.
I mean, look at. Maybe I just don't understand Japanese culture, but you look at Kazunoko with that big ass Matt. Okay? First, if you guys haven't seen that photo, there's an amazing photo of Capcom Cup Finals. Mike. Okay, there's Kazunoko with this big ass check for $120,000 which is more money than any person on the planet has ever won playing fighting games at one time. And you got Matt D next to him with the biggest fucking smile, just cheesing out of his mind. And you got Mike behind him, and Mike is like, it's just the moment where Mike reconsiders all of his choices in life. Standing behind, because I mean, you played Kazunoko.
Yeah, I played him.
I mean,
you know, like, it's so funny. No, I've played him how many times? I swear to you, I have never beat him. I don't think ever, but I've always lost to him like last round.
Right. It's not like it wasn't close every time you fought.
It's close every single time.
So in your mind, you're like, with a few minor changes or decisions along this path, that could have been you.
Hell no, I wasn't thinking that. Hell no.
Because the look on your face.
You don't know what the look on my face was? Do you really want to know?
Yeah.
The look on my face was, oh, snaps. Okay, so I have to hand the mic to Matt. Do I hand it to him now? Or hand the mic because he has to bring on Ono-san? And that's the problem. And it was caught at the worst time. I even looked back at the video because I said, what the hell was going on with my face? And I'm looking around and then I look at the screen and I'm like, oh, okay, snaps. I got to get ready to hand him the mic, but he's taking the pictures. I should back away. And that's what's caught.
I like your version. I like my version.
Well, your version is the one that it doesn't matter what's fact. That's already proven fact. Your version is already out there. Everybody says that's what it is. That's the reconsideration of life. So we'll go with that.
That's what it looked like to me. I mean, but think about it, right? Matt has the biggest fucking smile on his face.
Yes.
And Kazunoko was like,
yeah, he was just straight face. When I saw that, like, see, again, I understood my face. Perfectly good explanation, by the way. What Kazunoko was emotionless.
Yeah,
I mean, like, it could be, it's a, you know, I don't know.
I don't know. This could be a disconnect between North America and like Japanese culture, I guess. I don't know. I would have been excited.
I would, yeah.
But For Kazunoko, you know,
it was just another day.
Yeah, just another day.
I mean, he knew he was gonna win when he showed up, I guess, right?
But more importantly,
I ain't getting past Infiltration. I ain't getting past Cien. I wasn't getting past Fudo. I wasn't getting past Gamer Bees, Elena. I wasn't getting past anybody. That's why I was like, oh man, you guys want to do that? That's all you. I was not getting past. I was not getting up there.
Not with that attitude, Mike, and not with our outdated, archaic way of thinking about the game.
You're right.
As opposed to looking at the game the way that it's meant to be played. And you know, when you look at Daigo playing the meta game, I mean, that honestly, like, I'm not so much about like the holiday spirit or whatever, but that was something that warmed my cold black little heart.
Was the
Daigo giving away all of his winnings. $60,000. Like, a lot of people haven't even made $60,000.
Correct.
And Daigo just gave it away.
Yep. And the only thing that bothered, I mean, that's me more along the. That's
fucking amazing.
That's person of the year.
Yeah,
that's
easy.
person of the year of 2015.
Easy. See, and that's what I want to aspire to be somebody like that, because that's something that makes headlines that should transcend whatever, fighting games, esports.
Correct, whatever you want to call it. Yeah,
whatever,
that's real life headlines.
Yes, exactly. Because, and when you look at other...
And nobody talks about it. Only SRK event hubs.
Really?
Kappa, nobody? That's it. Nobody talks about it. Man gave away, like, who else has done that?
Nobody. Across any...
That's no different than Tiger Woods or something getting second in a major golf tournament and giving away his winnings, right? It's no different.
It's the same thing.
Nobody talks about this.
I don't know. There had to have been like a Kotaku or a Joystick article or some shit.
I'll have to search hard, but I don't remember seeing any.
I mean, that to me, dude, like that
should be on the cover of everything.
There should be a fucking, whatever gaming publication is left.
Yeah.
You should have fucking Daigo on the cover.
Yep.
Handing his $60,000 check away. Like, that's...
To charity.
Dude, that's fucking amazing. You know? Like... That's why, like, it's not about the money.
Yep.
The money is irrelevant.
Correct. 2016.
2016.
Gonna be a good year.
Yeah. Well... Mike, good luck next year.
Well, if I don't see you after 3 days, go to the apartment. If you smell a foul odor, you know what happened. Okay.
Okay. Hanging from the
exactly.
Belt.
Hanging from a TE stick.
Yeah.
Oh man. That gives me an idea. All right, we'll see you guys.
Thanks for watching.
Enjoy your holidays. See you in 2016, Street Fighter V.